his locker room. Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. A carry for Dickerson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13. Here's Eric Dickerson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 7-7, our score after one. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll run now with Dickerson. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Now Jackson going up top. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And this one too low.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Up the middle, Murray. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now a first carry for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Bats are able to move back in front. And that right there has to be one of the toughest plays for a quarterback. I mean, he rolled left, threw it all the way back to the right side, maybe a little ill-advised.
That was very simply no, he did not do that, did he? Yes, he did, because he went all the way to one side, threw it all the way back against the grain, and was successful.
Yeah, I guess when it's a touchdown, probably won't hear many complaints in the film room.
Now, he'll get a plus on his grade sheet, but also get a little note, don't do that again.
Be careful. pulls it in at the 13. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 90 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Dickerson trying the right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Running it with Dickerson. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter from the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Try and pick it up with Tomlinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the 1st down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. and that trend is continuing here.
On third down, LaDainian Tomlinson. And some room. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. LaDainian Tomlinson, 53 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
To throw again on second down. Jackson, he's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Chris McAllister. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
You got to know as a quarterback that it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
And the drive will start with a carry by LaDainian Tomlinson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This is Casper catching it out right. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. A give up the middle to Tomlinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Tomlinson. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. A give to LaDainian up the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will get the lead up to 7. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. But it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the counter, it's Tomlinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. But you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. They'll try to run for it here with Dickerson, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and it was fair to look back and say the 4th down was a moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield.
and that's what it actually turns into. He
can't get away, and he's taken down. Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by James Bradbury. Then they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Jackson. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Rolling to his left. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. They set up the screened LT. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And with inside... It's 8 to be precise. We get whistles and a timeout on the field. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Bledsoe. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. On 4th down, Bledsoe. He's got it complete to Crabtree. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
Father who art in heaven, I love when you toss me blessings. You never throw interceptions. I catch them like O.D. Beckham. Hard to knock the devil when built like Tiana Teller and balling at 27. I feel like Iman Shumpert. Know there's a disconnect when the sheep start to lead the shepherd. The weak start to be aggressive. The streets start to be the reverend. Bragging about first class. Seated on 9/11. They spirits are not united. Allegiant my soul forever. I murdered my adolescence. Assault with a friendly weapon. I verbally die like I'm Stephen. Whenever I'm in your town, the warriors in your presence. I manifest my endeavors. I'm blessed and I'm getting better. I walk amongst living legends. Coach Contra will live forever.
New goals, baby boo. Got my wrist in these grits, tryna whip something new. I am sick of this rampant. So are you. Hold on, switch. Mama, I'm gonna introduce my ego. Since the world full of villains, then let's introduce the heroes. We the good guys, no blood on our hands. Hands Tito, she a pack. Finna guaranteed don't move back. Type of view is that on the globe? It's a visionary peeking out the window of my soul. Might just fall back, lend a helping hand and play my role. You ain't all that in the mirror oversold. Call me Reason, aka Malcolm XL. That's a big pun, bigger punishment. I give him hell, getting done. Keep it blunt enough, you can't cough drop. Tell them hard for their health.
Al fin han encontrado el negrito con los colorados, el mejor desde Colombia, los estados. Para los que no piensan que yo soy mejor, tengo todo, tu rapero favorito paniqueado, ten cuidado. Estos raperos son mis hijos jautados. Acuérdate que ni hizo el sonido que te ha gustado. Pídeme permiso when you copy my style. This bridge, I done burnt them all with a freestyle. Black on both sides de Colombia, oye, peep style. Como yo lo hago, ain't nobody gonna do it now. Uptown, all the way down to the south. No hay nadie que pueda conmigo. Dios es mi testigo, I'm the one that shut it down. Just a light from a vision that I had in the dark. Tunnel vision on the bigger picture. The charts wanna play the game, but don't never play their part.
Come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why